everyone. Thanks for listening to the Pain and Panic Trip Planning Podcast. My name is Haley Ragsdale, and I'm here with my brother Owen Rederer.
Hey guys.
that was fruity. Today, we're going to be talking about underrated and overrated attractions at Walt Disney World. So it's going to be a kind of fun episode. We've had a lot going on this week, so we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants with this one. So hope you like it.
Recording this on Thursday, posting on Friday.
Exactly. As always, if you're looking to plan a Walt Disney World or Universal vacation and you'd like any assistance, I'd be happy to help. You can contact me at haley.ragsdale@academytravel.com, and we can get that trip booked for you. Woo! July 4th weekend. It's going to be a lot of people in Disney World this weekend. Oh, hi, Bandit. For those of you listening to the podcast and not watching on YouTube, Owen's cat is our guest host. So today we are going to be talking about overrated and underrated attractions at Walt Disney World. So we'll go through each park, and each of us is going to give like an example of an attraction we think is underrated, and then an attraction we think is overrated, and a dining experience as well. So we're just going to have some fun with this one. Owen, anything you want to add before we get into it?
Nope. I just know that you and me have some very strong opinions about everything, and so I think this will be interesting. So
I think it would be too. Okay, well, let's start.
All right, which park are we starting with?
Let's do underrated attractions. So basically, this is like attractions that don't always get the love that we think they deserve. And they're kind of like unique, and most of them are probably going to be like a 5-minute walk on, that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's start with Magic Kingdom. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Okay, so we're doing underrated first.
Yeah.
And in terms of Magic Kingdom, I'll let you go first.
I think that this attraction is underrated to most Disney goers, but I do think like the Disney community is like, yes, I love that attraction. And that is the People Mover.
I knew you were going to say the People Mover.
I was in between the People Mover and the Carousel of Progress. Because let me tell you, the Carousel of Progress, if you don't have... but it's history. Like, it's one of the original attractions. No, not the People Mover. I'm talking Carousel of Progress right now.
No, I just don't think you're making the case that you think you're making. Being like, oh yeah, I think Carousel of Progress is so underrated. Oh, it's so overrated. And you're like, but it's history. Nobody likes history. That's the least liked subject in high school and middle school and all of history. Only people who are into history would even remotely enjoy that ride.
Okay, let me defend Carousel of Progress first. Okay. It's one of like the original attractions that Walt Disney had his hand in. I'm pretty sure it was one of the ones they presented at like one of the big festivals and things like that. So it is like it was the first attraction that was on like that moving circular track. So not only is it one big spinning track where you go from scene to scene, but also within that track, within the scenes, they're spinning things as well. So that not only means that you're going from like set to set and you don't have to get up and move from set to set, but it also means that multiple groupings of people are watching the show at different times. So they can have like 6 different showings going at one time, and then they're just shifting the people every 5 or so minutes. Plus, it's super duper cool in there, and it's a great place to take a little nappy nap. Just saying. Okay.
So the only people who like it are people who are old, history majors, or having a heat stroke. That's what I'm hearing.
Listen.
What a great audience.
The Carousel of Progress is Disney history. Okay?
Once again. Anyways.
And then the People Mover, which was my original thought. I love the People Mover. It's a great, relaxing little ride. You sit on it, you get great views of the parks. If you're lucky enough to go through Space Mountain when when it's shut down and they have all the lights on, it's really cool to see like the scaffolding and everything. It's a little terrifying because then you realize how like rickety that ride really is and how close your head is to getting chopped off, but it's pretty cool. Um, so I love it. You get a great view of the castle. If you do it during fireworks, it's awesome. Usually not a super long wait. Occasionally, like I feel like in the middle of the day, like at peak park times, it'll be a little crowded, but I feel like that's true with anything really.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mine for Magic Kingdom.
Gotcha. I mean, like I don't know. Underrated rides? I mean, I would say Splash Mountain was always pretty underrated. Like nobody really liked it because the theming wasn't very like popular Disney movie esque. So I don't know if maybe Tiana's has been helping that. Um, but honestly,
Disagree.
it's still like I mean, it had a very short wait all the time when it was Splash Mountain, but
Yeah.
Tiana's seems to have a pretty long wait time. I don't know. I mean, out of all out of all the parks, I feel like Magic Kingdom has a pretty good rating. Honestly, if anything, I would think a lot of the rides are overrated. Um, I'll say I don't know because like I'm trying to go through the roster. I mean, are we doing a separate one that's like we're doing our overrated rides as well?
Yeah.
Okay, then for underrated, I'm just gonna go.
So if
I'll
you're
say
missing an obvious one.
like Pirates of the Caribbean. Is that what you're saying?
No,
That
that's
one's
like a
perfectly
classic.
rated.
I would argue Philhar, like Philhar Magic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about like actual attract. Yeah, Filler Magic is fantastic, and I hope it stays underrated because I don't want a bunch of people going there and me having to wait super long. I
I
like that
know.
I only have to wait for the current show to finish for me to be able to go on. But honestly, Filler Magic is like one of the coziest shows. Super cool in there. The actual animation and visuals are super cute and like super funny. I also love Donald Duck, and like pretty much the whole show revolves around him stealing Mickey's hat. So you're right,
So
Filler
true.
Magic. That is a good one.
So true.
I, I was thinking rides specifically. I forgot we were doing
Yeah.
attractions too. So
Yeah, rides or attractions. Do we want to do a dining experience while we're here? And then we'll do our
yeah,
overrated?
yeah. Let's
Okay.
go ahead and do the dining experience, and then we'll do the overrated.
An underrated dining experience in Magic Kingdom. I would argue Pecos Bills. I love Pecos Bills.
What's
And it's
Pecos
literally
Bill?
it's like the Mexican place. It's literally just like cheap Mexican food.
Where
And
is
I
this in Magic Kingdom?
I love it. It's like right by Country Bear.
Oh, well, I never go by Country Bear. I hate that area. It has
It's like
Splash
on
Mountain.
that
That's it.
it's like that corner that's between Adventureland and Frontierland, like by Splash Mountain. Like it's right next to like where you see the drop for Splash Mountain.
Okay. I don't think I've ever eaten there.
No, it's pretty good. It's like I mean it's literally just like cheap Tex-Mex, but I love
Yeah.
it. It's great. Like if you need a little burrito bowl or something. It used to be better when they had like the toppings bar and you could just like load your nachos or whatever up with like toppings, but after COVID they did away with the toppings bar, which was sad, but
Um, Me personally, I mean, I don't know what kind of underrated food place I'd have because I'd say Crystal Palace was one of my favorites. It's pretty perfectly rated. I'd
yeah.
say Casey's Corner is kind of overrated, but that's not going to be my option for overrated. Um,
Yeah.
and the Tiki Hut, where it serves the pineapple Dole Whip, I mean, that's perfectly
Oh,
rated. But you know what is kind of underrated? When
huh.
you go into Tomorrowland, under where the People Movers is, they
Oh,
have a hot dog stand where they cycle the different types of hot dogs. And I
valid.
remember last time it was like a Mexican style hot dog where it had like queso and tortilla chips and
Yep.
stuff like that. That was good. That is probably pretty underrated because I
Valid.
don't see a lot of people eating there. I mean, honestly, I don't blame them. seeing a random hot dog stand in the middle of Tomorrowland where everything's supposed to be futuristic. It's like, that's not very futuristic.
That's just a
Like,
hot dog.
yeah, it's just a fancy hot dog. But those hot dogs are good. I remember I ate one in the line for Buzz Lightyear, and I was having a grand old
Yeah.
time.
Well, and like, especially when it's so close to Casey's Corner. Like, I mean, they're in two separate lands, but it's like a skip and a hop away, you know? I feel like most people, they see that hot dog stand and they're like, oh, well, I'll just go to Casey's Corner. But I would agree. I think that one's underrated. So isn't that
Yeah.
where they have the like cream cheese pretzels or something like that? I've never had those, but I want to try them.
I've never specifically looked. I always just see the hot dogs and I get excited. So
It's
they
fair.
might. Maybe we need to check that out though. But yeah, Casey's Corner is so much more overrated than that, than the little one in Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
So I'd rather just pop on over there, to
it's
be
fair.
honest.
All right, what's your overrated attraction or ride for Magic Kingdom?
I would say the most overrated ride right now is, I mean, probably Tron.
Yeah,
It gets a lot of hype because it's the newest coaster, and it is fun, but it's so short,
yeah,
and you blink and it's over, and then the line is just so long. Like it's not really worth it. If they were firing people off way faster, or if like they made it longer in general, it would be such a better ride. But it's pretty
yeah.
overrated.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's like it's great, but it's not like 2 to 3 hour wait great, right? Like
Yeah,
I'd maybe wait 45 minutes max for that.
yeah.
Um, but I mean when you don't have a lot of big I mean, but they do have several coasters in
Oh
Magic
yeah.
Kingdom. And so yeah, I guess that is kind of surprising that that one's got such a long wait. I don't know, maybe it's the load or something. I don't know why Tron is always such a long wait. Um, I would
Yeah.
say I've got two. The same realm as Tron, I think Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is overrated. I
I
think
don't even think I've ever ridden it.
I mean it's like a kiddie coaster, right? And so it's
Yeah.
fine, it's fun, but it's always got like some huge long wait and everybody's sprinting there first. And I'm like, it's not that great of a ride, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's like
I'd rather
Slinky Dog.
go, yeah, it is like Slinky Dog. I'd rather go ride like Barnstormer than, like, I don't know. And then my other one is Peter Pan because that always has a ridiculously long wait. And it's just like a little dark ride that's like 5, 10 minutes long. And all the animatronics look terrifying because they're super old. And it just, I don't know.
I
I'm not a
don't
big
think
Peter
I've
Pan
ridden
fan.
Peter Pan. Where's Peter Pan?
It's like right next to Winnie the Pooh in
Oh,
Fantasyland.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know there was a Peter Pan ride.
It like rarely has less than a 45-minute wait.
Dang.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It can't be like if it's got like more than a 45-minute wait, and I've not even heard of it. That probably means it's pretty overrated.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. Sounds like a older person like classic, like people who have been riding it for a while, and they're like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I gotta ride this ride. This is nostalgic for me." That's probably what it
100
is.
100%. You sit in a little boat and you fly over London and it's like, oh, this is cool, but like it's not that great.
Whatever.
So it's fine. All right. Dining. Overrated dining.
Oh, the most overrated like meal, and it's like you overhype this place so much, but it's Liberty
Oh.
Tree Tavern. That place
Oh.
is, I don't know, it's just so brutal on the stomach. The food is just like average Thanksgiving food. Like I just don't feel like the cocktail was pretty good that we had. And like the salad was pretty decent. And like the sides are okay, but like, some bland mashed potatoes, some all right turkey, some decent stuffing, and then like some bland vegetables. Like there wasn't much going on with the Liberty Tree Tavern that like I couldn't just get on a normal regular holiday. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather eat mom or dad's cooking.
Yeah. That ooey gooey toffee cake or whatever though, so good.
Yeah, that was pretty decent. But once again, it just like Magic Kingdom just does not feel like the place for a heavy meal like that.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair. I would say my overrated is probably Cosmic Rays. I feel like everyone loves Cosmic Rays in Tomorrowland, but it's literally just burgers. Like I'm like, this is literally just theme park food. And
Is that the
like,
one that's like the diner-esque one that's like
yeah,
in front of the teacups?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I expect more than just theme park food from Disney. And I get that
That's
you have to have it. Like when we went as a big family, we had some picky eaters in our group, and so we had to go there for one of the meals because we had to get like chicken nuggets and stuff. But I don't know. I'm like, if I'm going to Disney, I'm going for the good stuff. Like, get me
yeah.
some cheeseburger spring rolls.
Yeah, those cheeseburger spring rolls are underrated. Don't matter how popular they get, they will always be underrated.
Right, right.
Especially to Lucas. Lucas was like
Oh my gosh, that
chomping
kid
that thing
loves
down.
a cheeseburger egg roll.
Yeah.
He takes after his mama, you know.
I was gonna say he was like almost eating it violently. Like it felt like I had to look away, put a mature rating on it. Like I couldn't even watch him eat it. Like I was a little scared.
The best was like we were like, oh, he'll get tired of it before we get like through the indoor or the outdoor part of the haunted mansion line, and then he was still chowing down by the time
Yeah,
we were supposed to go indoors, and it was like, there's no way this kid is letting go of this egg roll until it's gone.
yeah. No, he literally would get upset if you tried to take it away from him. It's like we gotta go on the ride, Lucas. And oh my gosh, he did not want to let it go.
It was awesome. Those things are fantastic. All right, let's move on to Epcot. What is your underrated ride or attraction?
Um, I mean, one of my favorite rides in Epcot is obviously Guardians of the Galaxy, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's underrated
Yeah,
because, it's got a lot of hype and it's
yeah.
definitely like, I mean, I don't think any amount of hype could ever, amount to how much I love that ride. Um, but let me mix it up a little bit. I think a very underrated ride. Um,
Or attraction.
yeah, or attraction. That's a good point. Oh man, I wish I would have had these ready beforehand because I'm like trying to skim through all of Epcot.
Here, do you want me to give mine?
Um, what?
You want me to give mine?
Yeah, you go ahead and go first.
So I think you thought you knew what I was gonna say, but that's not what I'm gonna say. But it is in the
Oh.
same building of what I'm gonna say, and that is Soarin'. I think Soarin' is a fantastic fun attraction. I think all of the attractions in that building, so like Living with the Land, Soarin', they're all like what the like what the park was originally made for, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like they get skipped and forgotten a lot because a lot of people go straight to World Showcase, which don't get me wrong, I love World Showcase. It's 90% of the reason I go to Epcot is for World Showcase. But I also love the like attractions that, are what Epcot initially started as, right? So it's all about new innovation. And I mean, what is it? The experimental prototype community of tomorrow is what Epcot stands for. And so it's supposed to be about like pushing boundaries and trying new things and stuff like that. And so I feel like,
Yeah.
Living with the Land, obviously, you're seeing farming and fish and all sorts of things. And they're, we talked about this on the last podcast episode, but they're taking all of these animals and food that they're growing and they're literally putting it into the restaurants and things around the parks. And Soarin', I feel like it was the first of like the kind of 3D ride experiences where you feel like you're a part of the ride. So like I feel like Soarin' was the step before Flight of Passage, right? And I still think it's awesome. Like you still feel like you're flying over all of these different countries and different scenes and things like that. And so I just think it's a fun attraction. It usually doesn't have a very long wait. Um, so yeah, I think it's underrated.
I mean, listen, I've already told you before, Living with the Land is not a bad ride. It's just so uncomfortable. Okay? Like, I would genuinely say it's a little underrated because it's a fun ride and I enjoy it, but it could be super underrated. No, I mean it's perfectly rated. If it had better seats, it'd be underrated.
Yeah.
And soaring is pretty cool, and it's pretty like they generate the wind in there and stuff. Um, and it's a nice ride. I don't know about underrated though. It's a little, I'd say, perfectly rated. It's good, but not a great ride. um,
Oh, I just thought of another one.
Go ahead.
Do you have one?
I think so, but I'll let you go first.
I don't want to steal yours if we're thinking the same thing.
You go ahead, because if
The Seas with Nemo and Friends. I feel like that
what's
never has a wait, but that ride is fantastic. You sit in a little clamshell and you go through, and then like it tells the story of Finding Nemo, but then you also get to see like the actual fish in the fish tank, and I think it's super cool that it like drops you in the like aquarium area after. And I feel like that's never more than like a 5 minute wait.
that's
The
I think it'd
queue's
be
also nice and cool and air conditioned and all
yeah.
sorts of things.
I don't know. I think it would be cool if for the like if they made another Finding Nemo ride where maybe it was like I don't know, maybe a little bit quicker and you're like flying around in the open ocean as like Dory like trying to like or like Dory and Marlin running away from Bruce or something.
Yeah.
But like, you're kind of like gliding through the ocean. Like that could be cool. Like imagine if you like got put on soaring, like in one of those like little harness things, and you're just kind of like woo woo woo, like swinging
Yeah,
around through the ocean.
that would
Um,
be pretty cool.
that wasn't my option though.
Hmm.
My underrated ride, I would say, is the ride in the Mexico temple, the three caballeros.
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
that's so
Yeah,
fair. Yep.
I think that ride's fun. I think it's cute. It's a lot more comfortable. I like the water rides because you kind of coast through them. And it's so cold in that temple. So like when you've been spending all day in a hot
Yeah,
Epcot World Showcase, you need
fair.
something to relax, especially if you're a little bit, off your rocker from drinking around the world. It's nice to just pop in there and take a quick little ride.
Yeah,
Um, and I think it's a fun little theme to kind of just run through. So,
fair. All right. What's your overrated attraction?
Ratatouille. That ride always has this ridiculous wait time. Like it's
Yep.
always at least an hour to 2 hours, and I
It's
have no idea
awful.
why. I mean, that ride is awful. You get so motion sick, and it's just not that entertaining. I mean, you're literally pretending to be a rat running through the vents. Like it's not entertaining. It's not entertaining. It does not feel good. It is literally such an unfun ride.
So
So
fair. Yeah.
overrated is hey.
I was also gonna say Ratatouille, and then my second is Frozen, which I like Frozen more than Ratatouille, but like I'm not gonna wait that long for Frozen.
No, and last time we went on Frozen, I didn't. You guys didn't tell me it was a water ride, and it was my first time riding it. And the water came up and just boosh right onto the crack of my seat and under my butt, and so my pants were soaking wet, and I was wearing pink shorts, and so my butt was shining right through those shorts, and I was like, "This is awful. You guys suck. You guys didn't tell me it was a water ride."
Remember that there was a drop. Like I knew it was a water ride, but I thought it was like one of those like easy ride throughs. But I forgot it like goes backwards and then because
Yeah,
it used to be.
ridiculous.
I want to say I've only ridden it as Frozen like maybe twice, but it used to be a like Viking ride. Like it was all about
Oh,
Vikings and stuff, and it was super cool. It was great. It was the exact same ride mechanics, but different like animatronics and stuff. I kind of missed the Viking version, but
I never rode the Viking version, so
it was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, it's definitely overrated. All right, food, underrated food. I don't know that I have an underrated
um,
food.
I think let me run through the options in my head because I do think. I mean, I can just go with what's it called, Viennapoli.
Oh yeah, so
That's a pretty.
good.
I mean, I think that one's pretty well rated though. A lot of people like it. It's always got a decent weight. But like that food is just incredible. Like some of the best Italian food you'll ever get. Um, Otherwise, I'm trying to think if there's any pavilions that I really like. Um,
One for a Viennapoli pizza right now.
yeah. Oh my
No.
gosh. Or just even their like focaccia bread with their like authentic olive oil. Like that is some good food. And their salad was solid. Um, and they had a limoncello mule. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess Viennapoli is a good option. I mean, there's plenty of really good pavilions throughout the World Showcase that have really good food that you can stop for.
Yeah.
Um, like Canada, they have a lot of really good options for like small foods, like their poutine and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely some of my favorites. But I'm gonna go with Viennapoli.
Solid. I'm trying to think of one. Like, I like the fish and chips in the UK, but I think that's rated well. Because it's also like, unless it's a cooler day, I don't want the fish and chips. Like, it's if it's
Yeah.
hot, that's the last thing I want. Trying to think of what else. I like everything. I'm kind of like the crepes and stuff. I'm like, I feel like that's rated well. Like, I feel like that's where it should be. I'm trying to go through all the countries. Same with the like hibachi in Japan and stuff. I feel like it's good, but it's not like
The best.
great. Yeah. Um, I feel like all of the like brats in Germany and stuff, they're good, right? Like it depends on what I'm in the mood for, and I feel like it depends on what festival we're in because a lot of times they have different things for the different festivals, you know? And other than Viennapoli, there's not something that I'm like, I have to have this when I
I
go.
don't know. You with the like going to China and getting the egg rolls.
It's not even the egg rolls. I want the crab rangoons, or I think they call them
Oh
like
yeah.
crab wontons or something. But they don't have them all the time. That's another thing that they don't have all the time, and it's like just with certain festivals that they'll have it. I think I do love a good egg roll though,
Yeah.
too, especially when I just need a little snack. I don't need like a full meal. It's a great little snack when you're going around the countries.
Yeah.
Um, Overrated though. This is gonna be a hot take. You ready?
Okay.
La Cava de Tequila. I love La Cava, but everybody knows about it now. And now there's like a line out of the Mexico pavilion to get a margarita from La Cava. And I'm like, no, I don't. Because the other places, like the stand out front of the Mexico pavilion and the other one, the margaritas are like really sugary. And so when it's
Yeah.
hot in Florida, I'm just like, mm. But in La Cava, they make it more fresh. So you can get like an avocado margarita or something like that. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want. But now the line's been like out the like pyramid. And I'm like, y'all, this is not okay. So I think it's too highly rated now, and we need to start telling everybody that it's awful so that I can still get my avocado margarita.
Yeah. Those margaritas were like so fresh and so perfect. That was definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
I definitely agree there. Honestly, like a lot of like I don't know. I mean, Mexico gets a lot of hype because it has like all the like you have the margaritas and the tacos and the nachos and stuff, and
Yes.
they're all really good. But it's just so popular. Like if it was like if no
Yes.
one really went there, oh my gosh, it'd be the biggest hidden gem. Like I would be there all the time. But the fact
Yeah.
that everybody loves it so much makes me sad because I can't love it as much because I can't go there.
Yes. I
Um,
agree.
but yeah, I'd have to say, I mean, overrated. I mean, Spacebar 220 is like the obvious answer.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
that
like
too.
the food there was not that great. Like they overcooked half my food, and then the other half was under seasoned. But
Yeah. And it's
I
just a
had
bunch of
another option in my head.
greens.
What was it? Oh, I think I was just gonna say like the hibachi restaurant in Japan. Like
Yeah.
it really like out of all the like hibachi places we go here in Tennessee, like I honestly liked them better than the one in Japan. Like it was
Yeah.
not it like the flavor wasn't there. Um,
Yep.
and obviously it's exciting because it's the it's hibachi made in front of you, but I don't know, wasn't that good for me.
But I expected more like Disney tricks, you know? Like if you're gonna cook a
Yeah.
bop in front of me in Disney World, do more Disney tricks.
Yeah, make a Mickey out of rice at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
What are
it's
we
right in
doing
front of
here?
you.
A Mickey onion volcano.
Yeah. Ooh, real quick, before we move away from Epcot, I want to throw out one more underrated, and that's the
Yes.
Morocco pastry stand. Not
He was
only
at pastry stand.
okay, first of all, they have like these almond cookies that are really good. The
Yeah.
baklava is really good. They're also all super cheap. Like you get like three pastries for 5.50 or something like that. But they also have the pomegranate slushy that you can make alcoholic. So
Yeah.
just saying, like that stand is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely a good midpoint for me.
All right. Do you want to move to Animal Kingdom or Hollywood Studios?
Let's do Animal Kingdom because I feel like there's more in Hollywood Studios we can talk about. So I say we go ahead and knock out Animal Kingdom.
Valid. Let's do it. Okay. Underrated attraction at Animal Kingdom obviously is Dinosaur because they're getting rid of
Yes.
it and it's
What the?
fantastic and it should be the best ride in all of Disney.
Yeah. Honestly, like that ride wasn't even that underhyped. I mean, there was people like it was still like a 15 to 20 minute wait at all times for the most part.
Yeah,
Like
and it's
it,
just a quick like they can load people quickly and it just keeps like you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it gets
it's a
people
good
through
ride.
quick.
It's a good ride, and it didn't deserve to go. Okay,
Agreed.
Dino, number one underrated ride on this entire podcast episode. Okay,
Amen.
Disney, we will never forgive you for what you've done until we
Exactly.
go next time, and we have a good time. But yeah,
Like, right until, in a minute, but it's fine.
yeah.
Are we both agreeing on that as our underrated ride?
Um, I
Any
feel like
other
I
one?
can come up with another one. I mean, Yeti, I think is perfectly rated. I mean, that one always has a
Yeah.
ridiculously long ride, but it deserves it because it's the best ride. Um, you know what's underrated? My
Hmm.
Peroon catfish. He never
Oh
has any guest
my
visitors. No one ever comes over to say hi to him. He's super
God. You
underrated.
will.
He's such a sweet guy. He's a big old catfish shark. Like he's a nice dude. Okay, so go visit him. All you
Underrated.
listeners, that are 5 listeners.
Really though. Hi Preston.
I'll expect to see a crowd of 5 people next time I go to Animal Kingdom.
All right, what overrated ride? I'm just gonna say. Oh, hold on. Maybe
Okay,
a little bit.
I'll go first then. Um, I would say overrated rides. Uh, Animal Kingdom. I mean, I feel like overall it's pretty perfectly rated. I would say overrated. Maybe like the what's it called? Flight of Passage.
That's
It's
exactly what I was gonna say. Flight of Passage and the river one. I'm like, these are
Navi.
both horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I've never been a huge fan of Avatar in general, um, and so looking at it, like I to like it, I would need like a good ride mechanic. And while it does have a cool ride mechanic, and I did enjoy it the first time I rode it, and it was like really fun ride in general, um, it just like it doesn't have any like I don't know, it makes you most motion sickness. It's not as thrilling as it could be, and I don't know. But I will say the story is really nice. But the line is always like at least 2 hours. Like that ride always has a huge wait. Um, I don't know. Another underrated ride, Tough to Be a Bug. That was a great ride or a great attraction. I don't know why they're getting rid. Yeah, and I also threw in Tough to Be a Bug. Like I think that's a pretty underrated attraction. I love Tough to Be a Bug. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people don't, and they're honestly getting rid of it. But you know what would be a cool thing for them to introduce instead is an
Huh.
Inside Out attraction show. I don't know if you'd
Yeah.
put that in Animal Kingdom though. That'd probably be more of an Epcot situation. But you
Yeah,
know
it would
what?
definitely be Epcot.
If Inside Out took over Figment, I would be so happy with that.
Get
I don't
out.
I don't care for Figment.
I love
Figment
Figment.
Figment's a loser little purple dragon, and I don't care about him.
Cover your ears, Figment.
Figment, open your ears. You suck and you're worthless. Okay.
Oh gosh, that's
I'm just
horrible.
kidding. I don't mean to be
One
mean.
of our
I'm just
5 listeners could be a child.
and I hope they know that Figment sucks and that they look for better characters to, put as a shrine,
Oh
unlike
my
you.
god. Oh my. Um, I agree with basically both rides in Pandora being overrated. Like, Flight of Passage, super cool, great mechanics, but at this point, I'm like, we need to like spruce it up a little bit. And Navi River Journey is just, it's horrible.
Outdated.
Yeah, and they spent too much money on one animatronic, so then the rest of the ride is just like lame, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but I will say, I think that what's it called? Oh, why can't I think of the name of it now? Um, the restaurant in Pandora. Uh,
Oh, the
uh,
little walk-up restaurant
no,
with
the one.
the
Yeah,
cheeseburger bao buns.
yes, underrated for sure.
Yeah.
Those cheeseburger bao buns are so good. Like, it's one of those foods that I have to get every single time, otherwise I'm sad that I didn't get it. Maybe I just have
Yeah.
a thing for like cheeseburgers not in cheeseburger form because like the cheeseburger spring rolls, the cheeseburger bao buns, they're so good. Satuli
Hey,
Canteen, that's what it's called. Satuli Canteen.
I have a thing for cheeseburgers in any form, okay? Drop me anywhere where there's a cheeseburger and I'll be entertained for at least 2 hours, okay?
So true.
Um, but yeah, I'd agree. That place is pretty underrated. Obviously, one of my favorite experiences that we had last trip that blew me away was Tusker House. I mean, I barely knew that place existed until we went there, and then it blew me away. Like, incredible African buffet. But you listeners have heard me talk about Tusker House like 4 or 5 different times in the past, six, 5 episodes. So it's like, yeah, you guys know the drill. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic African buffet. If I had to pick something else, though, honestly, oh, I don't know. I mean, that's my favorite. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that's underrated. I'm gonna go with that.
I really think most of the food in Animal Kingdom is underrated. Like I can't think of one that's overrated. I feel like Epcot usually gets the hype for their food, which is valid. Like the food is fantastic in Epcot. But I feel like the food in Animal Kingdom is great too. Like you've got the Flame Tree Barbecue, you've got um oh Yak and Yeti. Like there's so many different options and diverse kinds of food. Like you really can't find except for the T-Rex cafe or whatever, you can't find like just theme park food. And so I think it's awesome. I love all their
Yeah.
food. I like the corn on the cob stand, like I love it all. It's all
Ooh,
delicious.
another underrated is the buffalo chicken chips or whatever.
Ooh,
Those are
yeah.
pretty underrated.
Those
That's a
were
good
like
snack.
if you're coming from Nemo toward Dino, there's like a little stand there and it's like buffalo chicken chips. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, it's
So
like
good.
it's like right next to the road bridge that the
Yeah.
kid playpen is or whatever.
Yeah, they're
Um,
like nachos, right? Like it's like a nachos, and then you've got like buffalo,
yeah,
chicken, like pulled chicken on top, and there's like a ranch dress. Like oh, they're so
it is
good.
good.
We had those for breakfast one time.
Yeah, no, and it was fantastic. That was after the race, the 10K, I
Yeah,
think, and it was
yeah,
beautiful.
that's so
Um,
good.
if I had to pick an overrated food, probably be the roasted corn that you guys rave
No,
about.
I love
That
the
corn,
corn.
that corn is like under seasoned. It's literally just regular old corn wrapped in tinfoil.
Okay, last time we had it, they didn't put all the seasoning on it, and I don't
Well,
know if whoever ordered it didn't order it right, but it didn't have all the seasoning that I usually love on it. So that could be why.
well, then the one and only time I had it, it sucked. So you better change my mind next time, because
Deal. I got
otherwise
you.
I'm doubling down next episode right after. We'll get back from Disney. I'll be like, that corn sucked. I never want to go there again. So you better hope next time you prove me wrong, okay?
Yeah, okay, valid. Um, all right, are we ready to move on to Hollywood
To
Studios?
Hollywood Studios.
Okay, what is your underrated attraction?
Um, underrated attraction. I'm gonna say Toy Story Mania because you literally always hate on Toy Story Mania, and I think it's the most incredible ride that they've introduced in a long time. Like I love that ride so much. So I think Toy Story Mania is definitely underrated. I mean, the wait time. usually like a good 45 minutes, whatever. So in a way, maybe perfectly rated. But honestly, if that ride was like 5 or 10 minutes, I would literally just sit in that line all day playing that game, improving my high score. Because that game, like that ride, is so much fun. I'm gonna say Romania.
I agree. I kind of wish it did have a shorter wait. Like now that you said that, like that's kind of my thing is like I do it once a trip usually, and then I'm like, oh, that was really fun, but like I can never get good at it. And I think if I could get good at it, I'd like it. It's great. I think my underrated is Phantasmic because I love Phantasmic. Like it, if it was its own, listen, if it was its own like thing, like I would buy tickets just to see Phantasmic. Like I would go to like the Phantasmic concert, you know what I mean? Like it's a whole experience. You go
It
in a little
is.
early, you get your corn dogs, you're sitting there waiting, you're jamming out to the like it's like pop punk covers of Disney songs. It's a grand old time. And then the show's just fantastic. Like, it's one of my favorite experiences at Walt Disney World. And it takes like nighttime show, nighttime spectacular to a whole new level. I mean, they have a whole amphitheater for this one show.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it. And it's underrated in my opinion.
I personally think it's perfectly rated. A lot of people do love it, and I think it's cool. But you know what kind of makes me upset going to Phantasmic is the
Huh.
food always kind of sucks in that, like in that little
Yeah.
corridor area.
Fair.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine this. Imagine this. What if they allowed like food trucks or just multiple little stands just to be set up in the back? So like right before the show, everybody can like grab whatever kind of food they want. They could have so many different types of little booths, and it'd be a nice little like pop-in thing, and everybody would be like, "Oh yeah, let's get some food for when we sit down and watch the show." I think that'd
Well,
be such a better experience.
yeah, life hack. You can get food before going into the Phantasmic line. So you could get food from any of the other Hollywood studio spots
Then I got to
and then
carry the
walk
food into
over.
the venue.
Yeah, that's fair. It is kind of a haul, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't I love mini corn dogs, so I'm like, give me some mini corn dogs and a beer, and I'm happy watching Phantasmic.
I love mini corn dogs too, but they're like I can't just eat mini corn dogs every time I watch Phantasmic. It doesn't make me feel phantasmic. Okay,
Oh, it makes me feel Phantasmic.
maybe if I got one of the like moonshine drinks outside of like that area, because they
Yeah,
do have some pretty good drinks at that stand. I have to admit.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Okay, we did our underrated, overrated in Hollywood studios. Slinky Dog Dash, for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I hated Slinky Dog Dash. I don't know if that's just because we ate Woody's Roundup right before, but that was the closest I've ever been to throwing up in Disney World.
That's fair.
Like that, and then the Ratatouille ride. Those two
Yeah,
rides are like the closest I've ever been.
the Ratatouille ride. Ugh. Yeah, Slinky Dog. It's just not. It's not it. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but like Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run.
Star
It,
Tours, Millennium Falcon, they're
no,
both overrated.
don't say anything bad about Star Tours. I love Star Tours.
It's another ride that makes you motion sickness. As
It
you can
doesn't
see,
make
like
me motion sick. I love it.
maybe
It's
maybe I just get motion sickness too much. Like I don't know. Maybe it's me.
maybe,
Maybe it's me. I'm sorry.
maybe you just need to stop eating at Woody's Roundup barbecue
Yeah, maybe it's Woody's
or
Roundup
riding
that's
a
really
bunch of
taking it out of me.
rides.
Yeah, drinking around Epcot or eating Woody's Roundup does not pair well with those like visual rides where you have to put on the glasses. It just doesn't work out.
So true. Um, but like, okay, I love Star Tours, so quit hating on Star Tours. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, like if you're not the pilot, their ride is so boring. Like, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
sit way back here and watch a screen while I press some buttons. It's just kind of like, I don't
yeah,
know. It's cool being in the Millennium Falcon, but other than that, it's I don't know, overrated.
yeah. Not the greatest. Um,
Mhm.
it's another underrated ride or attraction inside of Hollywood Studios is the Mickey and Minnie's Classic. Not the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's a great ride.
The
But
like
the
short,
Mickey's Classic Shorts, where you go in the theater, you sit down, and you watch the Potato Land episode.
yeah.
Awesome. and then you get to take a picture with the potato from Potato
Yeah.
Land. Like, that is a great little chill spot. I love it. And
I'd
on
argue
the
it's a hidden gem.
verse, I think Indiana Jones is overrated. That
No.
the show super cool. Like when you first watch it, you're like, oh,
No.
this is super awesome. I really like seeing how they make the movie stunts and all that kind of stuff. But I've watched that show so many times. Like it is a must in our family, and I hate it because it's so hot out there. It is always so hot sitting in those crappy bleachers. And then I just watch the same show I've watched every single time. And it's not even like the cast switches up the what's it called? Like their script. They just say the same thing over and over again. Like that has to get tiring for them. I
It's
mean, I'm sure they enjoy it because they're the ones performing it. But I don't know.
get out of here. It's a classic.
I don't want to sit there and watch one person talk and then them do like a quick 5 second stunt and then another guy just sit there and talk and then another five. It's not. It's not worth it.
Okay, but it's like original Hollywood studios, like it's Hollywood studios, how movies are made,
I
this,
don't
that, and
care. I don't care. It sucks. You can only watch it one time before you're like, ooh, I don't care about this anymore. That's how I feel. That's how
whatever.
I feel.
Whatever. You can feel how you
You're
feel
like a
if it's
gaslighter.
wrong.
You're telling me how to feel, okay? I don't like that ride, Haley. Just accept that.
It's not even a ride, it's an attraction.
See, more gaslighting.
All right.
You know what's an overrated ride? This emotional roller coaster you're taking me on right now. I don't enjoy it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Underrated food. I'm going with the barbecue, or not barbecue, the buffalo chicken grilled cheese at ABC Commissary.
Overrated.
Get out of here! It's so good.
It
So
is pretty
underrated.
solid, but it isn't something I'm going to seek out, to be honest. I think it's perfectly rated how it is.
It is
It's good.
something I seek out every single time.
I know. I had to walk you over there because you were like, I can't not get it, and I'm like, okay, we'll run over there. Um, for me, underrated. I think that. I mean, Toy Story Mania is perfect, or not Toy Story Mania. Woody's Roundup is perfectly rated in my opinion. Super popular, but it's also super delicious. So I think that's good. Uh, Underrated though, I would say the Sci-Fi Diner, like the sci-fi movie restaurant. I mean, honestly, I don't hear a lot of talk about it, but it has good food, quality food, not a bad price, and you get to sit in a little car and watch sci-fi movies. Like it's a fun little experience, in my opinion.
Proof. All right, overrated.
Derby Run. That
Oh,
place,
I love Hollywood Brown Derby.
yeah, Brown Derby. That's what it's called. It is. When we went, oh my god, it was so expensive. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, that salad was delicious. A beautiful salad, very good. But it was like $20 for a salad. So expensive.
More than 20 bucks, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, more than $20, whatever. Everything on that menu, like I couldn't have ordered anything on that menu without giving away my rent. Like that was what it felt like. I was already in Disney World. I already dropped the penny. I didn't want to drop the nickel too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Not a good time.
I'm trying to think of any other ones that are overrated. I don't know. They didn't have a ton of dining in Hollywood studios.
At least overrated ones. I don't think a lot of it. I think
Yeah.
Hollywood Studios is pretty well rated. Like it's not the
Yeah.
best park, but it's also not the worst. It's pretty great park. So,
Yeah, I'd agree.
um, yeah. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know. I don't think I can think of any bad food necessarily besides Brown Derby. I mean, it's just so expensive.
I do want to try tap line. The like little it's more like they've got like a big pretzel and things like that, and it's across from where Muppets used to be.
Ooh, you know what would be?
Baseline Tap House, that's what it's called.
Oh my gosh, what is it called? Yeah, it would be such a cool addition to a park.
Hmm.
Um, if they added Tapper's Bar from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Like,
cool.
imagine like if you could walk into like Epcot and there was like a little section where it was like a Wreck-It Ralph themed little restaurant or Wreck-It Ralph themed bar, and it was just tappers, and it was like a classic style, um, like you know,
Yep.
old timey bar. Like that would be super cool.
Be
You
really cool.
said tappers something.
I really hope they make Harryhausen's in the Monsters Inc. area. Like the sushi place in Monsters Inc.
Oh, that would be so awesome. That would be so awesome. That's another overrated attraction is the Muppet 3D or whatever, Muppet Vision.
Yeah,
Like
fair.
I'm glad that thing is leaving. It was not
Yeah.
good.
No, that's
I
that's
mean,
fair.
sure, if you grew up with the Muppets, maybe you liked it, but not
No.
this guy. Not this guy. He's a Monsters Inc. guy, and he's ready for those monsters to tear it down. Boom!
Well, on that note, this has been
Okay.
a fun game of underrated, overrated. We hope you all enjoyed it. Let us know what you all think. Like what rides or attractions or dining experiences we missed that you're like, oh my gosh, they didn't even mention Cosmic Rewind or something. I don't know. So let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Owen, anything you'd like to add?
I don't think so. If y'all want to send me money to go to Disney World, it'd be greatly appreciated. All you 5 listeners, if you all chip in, what, like $5,000 each, I could have the trip of my life. Maybe a little extra for school, but it's good.
Amen. All right, y'all. Thank you all so much for listening. Leave us some feedback. Let us know what you think. What attractions we missed. If you need any help booking your next Disney vacation or Universal vacation, let me know. I'd be happy to help. My email is haley.ragsdale@academytravel.com. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Haley Ragsdale Travel, and Owen at Owen_Rederer. Until next time, bye-bye.
See y'all.